Now it's time for our discussion of the conclusion of episode 6 of Pluribus, which is brought to you by Raycon.
We know that Manousos wants nothing to do with the hive mind. He won't eat their food, so he's certainly not going to get any transportation that they provide him.
So how's he planning on getting there?
So how's he going to get to New Mexico in his tiny little roadster with no top that barely runs and he has to push it down a hill to get it going? So I think those maps, I bet if you look, I bet that's every country from Paraguay to the U.S.
So can you get from Paraguay to the U.S., and excuse my ignorance, without crossing a body of water? Or just by motor vehicle, I guess, by car?
Yes, you can.
So he's going to drive there. Oh, now there's already a Reddit thread. Is Manousos really planning to drive from Paraguay to New Mexico? Gotta love the internet, man. He has all those road maps, but to get across the Darien Gap, you need a machete and a canoe more than a car. Well, next week's episode is titled The Gap, so I assume we're going to tackle that. They say he does seem like a resourceful guy, though, so I'm sure he'll figure out how to load his car onto a boat or something else. But I think you're absolutely correct. He does not intend on utilizing the hive mind at all. He's not going to have them pick him up and fly him. He just shot down his own mom, for God's sake. That And if next week is called The Gap, is that going to be the one where we just see part of Manousos' journey, or are we going to see him actually meet up with Carol, or will he not meet up with Carol till like the finale? The show's snail's pace makes me think it's probably more like the latter.
Potentially. And thinking about both the pace and the process that Vince loves so much, like that seems like something that he would love to dig in and show, is like how this guy would get across this gap or whatever.
It almost wouldn't shock me if like the season finale climax was Manousos like finally making it to Carol. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't know. I'm really curious to see. We only have 3 left. I'm really curious to see how much more Vince Gilligan decides to bite off in season 1. It is probably my only concern personally about this show. Like, will he give people enough to get them fully hooked by the end of season 1? Because I think, I'm not saying a lot of people, but certainly a loud minority has taken issue with Carol and the way she's handled things, and has taken issue with the pacing of the show. This discussion of the conclusion of episode 6 of Pluribus has been brought to you by Raycon. Go to buyraycon.com/oystersopen to save on Raycon audio products site-wide.